Thanks to our population purge efforts, we just went from a level 1 to a level 3 crisis in a single episode. Everything is fine, though. Everything happening within the Ullyxr Collective is utterly and completely normal. Hello, Legion. This is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Stellaris Toxoids in our Heralds of the Dark Nova series. So, yeah, completely normal. Everything is fine. We are totally not going to immediately build menacing corvettes as we begin this series, or this episode in this series, rather. But I'm just kidding. We are. We have 3 types of corvettes, and I want to build a version of each of these that can be converted to, or I want to build a version of these that is a menacing corvette that I can then convert the existing corvettes to. So, we have a basic interceptor that looks like this is mainly a... Which role did I follow with this one? It's probably a gunship, based on what I'm looking at. Didn't mean to close that. And then we have the Sifted Purpose, which is a torpedo boat or missile boat. And then we have a picket ship. So we kind of want to have something similar for these. Do I want to come up with clever names, or do I want to let the game name them for me? That's the question. I don't know. But let's see. So we can do a brawler. Oh, interesting. There are different roles here. So we can do a gunship. And if we just let the ship role choose, that's what it gives me, interestingly enough. Doesn't look like there's a lot that I can do here. At least with my current systems. Of course, once I take on the Fallen Empire, then I will be able to do a lot. But we have currently... I really want to convert these properly, so let me see what specifically is on each one. So we have railgun and null void beams on one, and then gamma lasers, but... So really what we need is like one with just like a null void beam and a gamma laser, just to balance out that one a little bit, because the advanced railgun is really similar in its damage pattern, just not nearly as good as the small null void beam. So let's start with that. We'll have this brawler, and the main weapon will be the null void beam, which apparently now leaves a ton of power on this thing, which is nuts. So with that in mind, I can do... Alright, so these are going to have upkeep costs, for sure. Not that that surprises me at all. And do I want to use the autonomous ship intellects? I kind of feel like I do, to tell you the truth. I know I said in the last episode and the one before that, like, maybe not go that route, but I'm just getting more and more tempted to go full diabolical, even if there's certain risks involved. So let's go ahead and say that we're going to use that. Yes, I do want to replace that. So this is the Connet's core, and this will replace the shear statement. I'll let the auto-namer deal with them. So now we want to build another menacing corvette. Oh, that's right, we haven't built our Juggernaut yet. That's another thing that needs to be built. Holy crap, I've completely spaced on the Juggernaut. Look at this. Look at this monster. So many new things. I've built a Juggernaut in my offline play over the last couple of years, but this would definitely be the first time a Juggernaut appeared, let alone in lithoid form, on the channel. So we'll get to that in a moment, but for now, let's continue to focus on the new corvettes. So we can also do an interceptor, which has... Okay, you have 3 slots, fascinatingly enough. So I can do something that's a little bit more like the other ship was. So we can have a Gauss cannon, for example, and then we can have a null void beam, and then we can have a laser. Or, hang on. Yeah, or we could put in a plasma cannon instead, just to mix it up a little bit, because we haven't really messed with those too much. right, so we're going to... Oh, looks like power is a bit of an issue now. That's interesting. How did that happen? Maybe shields? Which, it makes me want to look at the other ship and see why power was not a problem there. I mean, I could use an advanced reactor booster and it would be fine. How much power draw do these have? Okay, it's the plasma cannon. No, actually, it's not that bad. That's interesting. I do want to go back and look at the other ship now. Yeah, so the best way to solve this would be just to plug in an advanced reactor booster until we have something better. So let's save this. We're going to rename you to the pure face. Stoic Dust. I like it. Alright, so if we take a look at the one we just designed, which is Connacht's Core. Oh, it has 2 armors and 1 shield, which is really interesting. So in this case, I think maybe a shield capacitor would be a better idea, because it's got so much armor. So if that's the way that if that's the way that we managed to make the power situation work there, then we can do the same here. Not an issue, because armor doesn't require power. Yeah, there we go. So same thing. Perfect. Okay, I feel better now. The only thing is that now the Connacht's Core might replace a different ship, to tell you the truth. So maybe we'll put some torpedoes on the Connacht's Core. Or Marauder missiles. Well, they actually... Sorry, I don't have a torpedo slot. It's a totally different slot now that I think about it. I might need to unlock something separate in order to use those. But I can use the Marauder missiles. So why don't we do that? Okay. And then we need a... Presumably we need a picket ship, but I don't think there is one available. Not sure. Yeah, these wouldn't be able to use any kind of picket weapon at all. Yeah, the Ripper autocannon is picket-like, but it's not the same. So, it makes me feel like I might just want to add these to the fleets. Just the 2 designs that I made. And leave it at that for now. Just to start. Because we have room to expand the existing corvettes. Like, the existing corvette complement. While also improving the fleet size. So let's do that. We're just going to do these 2. It looks like they require minerals, which is hilarious. They'll be easy to build. So 6 of each. In each. 6 of each in each fleet. Is kind of what I'm angling for. Now this one will actually allow 7 of each, so that's fine. And then finally, seven of each. Okay. So now let's go ahead and order those to be built. That's all 3 now building. And we do have a bit of an energy deficit. The reason we have that energy deficit is we just have so many new colonies that are not fully converted. Science Nexus Hub. The Science Nexus Central Hub is now in place, equipped with a state-of-the-art singularity reactor. Our engineers are preparing to add the next most challenging segment of the facility, the 4 research wings. They will be fitted with pioneering technology, able to withstand everything from violent heat to intense pressure waves and alien pathogens. They will also provide housing for our many researchers. We've come a long way. So we have... Game is stuttering a little bit. That's interesting. Oh, you know what? I think I know what's causing it. this happened the last time. So let's do a quick save. Sorry, I don't normally do this during a series, but in this case, I loaded up directly from the launcher, and it seems like Stellaris in the current version is stuttering a little bit when you load the last save directly from the launcher, but then it recovers when you load normally. Yeah, see, now it's fine. There's still a little bit of a stutter. That's interesting, but it's not as bad as it was, I don't think. It might just be the late game performance inherent to the game. But this happened earlier today, and I fixed it with a reload, so maybe in between episodes I can do a little bit more of a concerted effort to load properly. All right, so Ustin, this forge world, is going to need some additional housing. Let's go ahead and just build you a hive district. And I have a bunch of stuff that can be built on some other planets. It looks like some... yeah. All right, so the resolution has been failed, the administrative insight. We voted against that, so that is good. I do want to go ahead and recall hunter-killer drones on as many planets as I can. There are still places that are using them. Okay, and we can go ahead and upgrade you. All right, and now we're just waiting on those ships to be built. We do still have that pretty significant energy deficit, but we're just going to have to work with it. Well of power, we have become wiser once again. A single action of ours creates turbulences in the shroud. Even our least impressive drone may impress itself upon the dermis of the shroud, creating strong ripples within this energy-laden dimension. We must unleash more of its power. Beautiful. So you know what that means? I'm actually becoming evil. Okay, so we can also build menacing destroyers now. Oh, this is gross. Oh my god, it's a multi-role destroyer. Get out of here. That is crazy. Okay. We're just gonna have to start replacing. Yeah. That's just what's gonna happen. So currently we have 3 different types of destroyers. We have an artillery destroyer. Yeah, so the Winnowed Destiny, I think I'm going to fully replace, and I might also replace the Lodged Clarity. So what I'll do is, for now, I'm just going to build one multi-role. We're going to set it as, let's say, an energy torpedo ship, although... yeah, let's say energy torpedo. Just because it's different and fun. And it's set to artillery. Do we want that? What's the range on these? 45 to 120. Okay, long range. Yeah, so lots of long range weapons. I love that. And then, of course, Guardian Point Defense if anything comes in close and tries to hit them. So, you know what? Let's roll with that. I'm just going to see what happens with this as the initial destroyer design. And it's called the Headlong Shard. So what we'll do in this case is we're going to go... let me take a quick look at which specific ones, just to be sure. Yeah, Winnowed Destiny and Lodged Clarity. Maybe just the Lodged Clarity destroyers for now. Or both. Yeah, let's try both. Oh, I can't actually... oh, that makes me sad. Well, I mean, the alternative is I could just build... yeah, here's what I'll do. The alternative is just to build a second Menacing Destroyer class very easily. All right, so Menacing Destroyer. See, there's an actual artillery destroyer too. That's the thing. So let's lean into that. Let's have the destroyers be long-range ships. See how that goes. Let's say artillery, just straight up. And this is the terminal fall, as opposed to the terminal deluge, which is the Titan. So now we have the Headlong Shard and the Terminal Fall class destroyers. And so in the Fleet Designer, we're just gonna delete those destroyers. And we're gonna replace them. I could technically do the same with the standard corvettes, and I may do that now that I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with that, with just this concept of converting to the menacing ships. But for now, let's just add these two. And will it be, what, 9 of each? Yep, 9 of each. Oh my god. Okay. So, yep. Disband. 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 Easy. That's done. Shimmering Stratum is done. I'll be curious to see how powerful these fleets are when they're fully built. That's what I want to know. So let's add those menacing destroyers, and we'll have 9 of each. Beautiful. And those are reinforcing as well. They will kneel. Our determination persists, even in the face of outrage and anger. Billions of minds oppose us, but their unity is shallow, lessened by their swelling numbers, and reduced by the magnitude of individuals. Every new body of ours is a mind dedicated to the same end, our dream an undeniable tomorrow. Our wills collide, and the races of the galaxy prove brittle. Go forth and conquer. Okay, so we've unlocked the next project for the Crisis, but in terms of menace, we aren't currently doing anything to improve it. So one thing that we can do to improve it, in addition to, let's just review this for a moment. In addition to the fact that we've unlocked these 2 Crisis levels, let's look at this. Damage versus starbases, war exhaustion gain minus 75%. So we will not get exhausted in wars nearly as quickly. But what did we just unlock aside from menacing destroyers? Ships build 50% faster. We can use the Armageddon bombardment stance when we attack planets. And menacing corvettes have misconfigured thrusters just across the board. So their evasion and their disengage chance are both increased. Their disengage chance, remember, is if they get damaged to a certain point in battle, the chance that they will escape the battle safely improves, as opposed to staying and being destroyed. So that's fun. Let's go ahead and just let these new ships build. Foolish Ullyxr, the lack of respect you show for your elders will be your undoing. Prostrate yourselves before us and beg our forgiveness, and we may refrain from annihilating your worthless little empire. That's interesting. So these are not the Guardians that are right next to us, I don't think. Then again, they may be. Yeah, the Hothroddan Archivists are the Fallen Empire that are right next to us. So does this mean the Radioactive Guardians are waking up? They're over here. The Ullyxr Collective will not be bullied. So we have a Fallen Empire threatening us. That's a plot twist. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, we have a lot going on these planets. Only one population. Growth of a new pop will be complete in 82 months. Wow. I wonder if there's any way to improve that. Because essentially, I mean, these are 142 months here. Holy crap. 79 months? All right. Wow. I imagine that we might be able to migrate more pops. So, like, I might just need to pay attention and see if there are particular... All right, so they can use the punishment cast a spell against us. Guess what? I don't care. Let's see how we compare to them. So their fleet power is still superior. Their technology level is overwhelming compared to ours. So we are going to have to... are we out of minerals? Holy crap, we're out of minerals. That was unexpected. We also still have a bit of a mineral, of an energy shortfall, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. We are no longer short, though, on any of our special resources, which is a big win. Okay, so I'm going to buy just 5,000 minerals, and I want to make sure that I can finish buying these. Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't realize that I was that short. So I'm not using alloys right now. There we go. Okay, that's much better. Okay, so let's get those built and see how strong our fleet is at that point. Also, we need to build the Juggernaut. We need to build that yesterday. So, ship roll. So we can say that we want it to be a carrier or artillery class. I mean, it looks like it gets artillery either way. Like, the swarmer missiles look amazing. I kind of want to see a bunch of missiles swarming off of a Juggernaut as opposed to just, like, Ripper autocannons. I love that idea. So let's do that. Then, of course, we can give defensive aura to the Juggernaut. Okay, so we can improve strike craft damage and strike craft speed. Let's go ahead and do that. I like that idea. I think that fits the best with what we're already doing. All right, this is the Stately Tour. Cosmic... Yeah, we're going to go with Indomitable for the Juggernaut. And then the question is, where would that be built? Titan Shipyard? Titan Shipyard, excuse me? Yes. The Juggernauts are constructed at the Titan Shipyard. And I've currently forgotten where that is because I have so many stations. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Titan Assembly Yard. So, Juggernaut? Colossal Assembly Yards building. Okay, so I still need one of these. All right, so it's got a transit hub right now. Why don't I add... This is Urabdar, which is right there. So we're going to put it right here. Colossal Assembly Yards to replace the transit hubs. Because apparently the transit hubs are not as important as I once assumed they were. Oh, interesting. So both of the Fallen Empires are now getting a little bit standoffish with me. The Ullyxr Collective will not be bullied. So it says they're likely to attack us now. That's very interesting. I'm guessing it's because we annihilated so many pops to become the crisis.
Research complete.
Ah, habitability boost. That's going to come in handy. Okay. Leviathan transgenesis allows us to add Leviathan traits to organic species through species modifications. That's very tempting. I do want to go ahead and research the confluence of thought, because the sensorium complex could actually help us generate additional unity and then run more. We really need to be running more edicts per month, because right now, I think there's probably more that I can get away with. Yeah, I can run improved energy initiative right now. And then, is there anything else I have enough of a surplus for it? Not really. So we can run capacity subsidies as I hit my mic again. So I'm like stroking my beard and I'm like thinking about this. I keep doing that, specifically in Stellaris series. That's hilarious. So, yeah, I could just run capacity subsidies, and that might mostly deal with the energy issue. So let's see what happens if I just turn that on. Nice. The matter decompressor site has been built, and we no longer have an energy deficit. Fan-frickin-tastic. All right. So let's now... All right, we need more. Ironically, I just sold this surplus of alloys. I'm still bringing in plenty, though, so I'm just going to wait for a moment. The Alliance of Grasping Branch has joined the Galactic community. That's interesting. That sounds oddly familiar. Sounds like the new Baal, right? They're not, but it's just... That's like a name that would be given to a similar species. Alright, so Ustin has unlocked some new possibilities here. And where are you, exactly? Terminal egress. Probably good to have a stronghold there just in case it gets attacked. How's the population situation looking here? 76 months. Yeah, these are just going to take a while to build, unfortunately. Yeah, so there are some planets where I can upgrade the Sensorium site. And I think I want to go ahead and just do this in as many places as possible. Ooh. Yeah, also the synaptic nodes, where the upgrades are possible. I don't have a ton of exotic gases to support that process, so I want to be careful. But I think additional unity, so I can run more edicts, is going to be pretty important, like, yesterday. So that's the focus for now. And holy crap, I've been recording this episode for 27 minutes. So, let's... 85k, 86k. So our fleets didn't get that much stronger with the addition of the new ships, which makes me sad. But we are now building... Let's go ahead and close this. At the Urubdar station, we're building colossal assembly yards. And it also looks like I have the ability to upgrade some additional orbital rings. I don't have quite the influence enough to continue doing this everywhere, but there are so many planets that have orbital rings, I want to make sure that I'm continuing to support their development. But I'm going to go ahead and stop this episode here. We have built up not only the Menacing corvettes, but the Menacing destroyers. We've added them to our fleets. We have a few basic designs, and I might modify them a little bit as we go forward. But the Science Nexus Hub is currently upgrading to the next level, and it's going to be done in about 1,500 days exactly. It's interesting that we paused right at 1,500 days. But when that ends, it'll be easier for us to continue moving forward through the technology tree and become more technologically comparable to these fallen empires that are threatening us, because that, I think, is going to become pretty important pretty quickly. Hopefully not too quickly, but we'll have to see how that plays out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. If it's not your first time or even your second, look for the join button to access unique emotes, badges, and other perks. New episodes are coming out every day at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, and comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.